Welcome to Star by Us, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic figures. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on a mastermind of cinematic storytelling, the incomparable Stanley Kubrick. This visionary director, known for his meticulous attention to detail and innovative filmmaking techniques, left an indelible mark on the world of cinema. From the eerie landscapes of 2001, A Space Odyssey to the haunting halls of the shining Kubrick's films continue to captivate audiences with their complexity and visual grandeur. As we embark on this biographical journey, let's travel back to the early life of Stanley Kubrick, a period that laid the foundation for his future success. Born on July 26, 1928, in the Bronx, New York, Kubrick was the first child of Jacques Leonard Kubrick and Sadie Gertrude Perveller Kubrick. His father, a physician, and his mother, a homemaker, provided a nurturing environment that encouraged Stanley's curiosity and creativity. The Kubrick family resided in a cozy apartment at 3245 Montgomery Avenue, where young Stanley spent most of his childhood. Growing up in the Bronx during the 1930s, Kubrick was surrounded by the sights and sounds of urban life. He would often take walks with his father through the nearby Van Cortlandt Park, developing a deep appreciation for nature and the outdoors. The family's summers were spent in the Catskill Mountains, where Stanley developed a love for hiking, fishing, and exploring the natural world. These early experiences would later influence his use of landscapes and outdoor settings in many of his films. Kubrick's education began at Public School 90, where he excelled academically and demonstrated a keen interest in photography. His father, an avid photographer himself, encouraged Stanley's hobby by gifting him a Graflex camera when he was just 13 years old. This sparked a passion that would stay with Kubrick throughout his life, as he began to experiment with different techniques and styles. In 1941, Kubrick enrolled in William Howard Taft High School, where he continued to hone his photography skills. He became the school's official photographer, capturing images of sporting events, concerts, and other school activities. These early experiences behind the lens helped Kubrick develop his unique perspective and attention to detail, which would become hallmarks of his filmmaking style. The historical context of Kubrick's early years was marked by significant events, including the Great Depression and World War II. The war effort brought about a sense of patriotism and unity, but also raised questions about the human condition, morality, and the consequences of technological advancements, themes that would later become central to Kubrick's films. In 1945, at the age of 17, Kubrick sold his first photograph to Look magazine, a publication that would become a regular outlet for his work. This early success sparked a sense of purpose, and Kubrick began to see photography as a viable career path. He continued to experiment with different techniques and styles, soon becoming known for his unique perspective and attention to detail. As we explore the formative years of Stanley Kubrick's life, it becomes clear that his upbringing, education, and early experiences laid the groundwork for his future achievements. The intersection of art, technology, and storytelling, which would become a hallmark of his filmmaking style, was already taking shape during this period. His family's support and encouragement, combined with his own natural talent and curiosity, created a fertile ground for his creative growth. We've glimpsed the emergence of a young artist, fascinated by photography, music, and storytelling, and poised on the cusp of greatness. Kubrick's entry into the world of filmmaking was a natural progression from his photography career. In 1951, he began working on short films, including Day of the Fight, a documentary about boxing, and The Seafarers, a promotional film for the Seafarers International Union. These early projects allowed Kubrick to hone his skills in storytelling and visual composition, laying the groundwork for his future feature films. In 1953, Kubrick released his first feature film, Fear and Desire, a drama that explored the psychological effects of war on a group of soldiers. Although the film received mixed reviews, it marked an important milestone in Kubrick's career, demonstrating his ability to craft complex, thought-provoking narratives. This was followed by Killer's Kiss in 1955, a film noir that showcased Kubrick's growing mastery of visual style and atmospheric tension. The late 1950s saw Kubrick's star rise with the release of Paths of Glory in 1957, a powerful anti-war drama that explored the brutal realities of conflict. This critically acclaimed film earned Kubrick his first Academy Award nomination for Best Director and established him as a major force in American cinema. The success of Paths of Glory was followed by Spartacus in 1960, a historical epic that, although not entirely to Kubrick's liking due to creative differences with the producers, further solidified his reputation as a director capable of handling large-scale productions. The early 1960s were pivotal for Kubrick, as he began to explore themes and genres that would become synonymous with his name. Lolita in 1962, an adaptation of Vladimir Nabokov's novel, presented Kubrick with the challenge of navigating complex moral and social issues on screen. The film's success, despite controversies surrounding its subject matter, demonstrated Kubrick's courage in tackling difficult stories. However, it was Dr. Creech, Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb in 1964, that truly showcased Kubrick's genius for blending satire, drama, and visual spectacle. This black comedy, which critiqued the Cold War era's nuclear paranoia, earned Kubrick an Academy Award nomination for Best Director and cemented his status as a master filmmaker. The mid-1960s saw Kubrick embark on one of his most ambitious projects to date, 2001, A Space Odyssey. Released in 1968, this groundbreaking science fiction film redefined the genre with its innovative special effects, profound themes, and enigmatic ending. 2001 was not just a film, it was an experience that challenged viewers' perceptions of human evolution, technology, and existence. The film's influence on science fiction and cinema as a whole cannot be overstated, making it one of Kubrick's most enduring legacies. As we explore this pivotal period in Kubrick's career, it becomes clear that his relentless pursuit of perfection, his willingness to challenge conventional norms, and his innovative approach to storytelling were the driving forces behind his success. Each film built upon the last, pushing the boundaries of what was possible on screen and delving deeper into the complexities of the human condition. The historical context of the 1960s, marked by social upheaval, technological advancement, and geopolitical tension, provided a rich backdrop for Kubrick's films. His works not only reflected the anxieties and hopes of the era, but also contributed to the cultural dialogue, challenging audiences to think critically about the world around them. From the early days as a photographer to the release of 2001, A Space Odyssey, Kubrick's journey was marked by innovation, controversy, and an unwavering commitment to his artistic vision. The early 1970s saw Kubrick release A Clockwork Orange, a dystopian satire based on Anthony Burgess's novel. This film, with its depiction of a futuristic society plagued by violence and social unrest, sparked controversy upon its release due to its graphic content and perceived glorification of violence. However, it also garnered critical acclaim for its thought-provoking themes, striking visuals, and the performances of its cast, particularly Malcolm McDowell as Alex DeLarge. A Clockwork Orange remains a seminal work in Kubrick's oeuvre, challenging viewers to ponder the nature of free will, morality, and societal conditioning. Following the success of A Clockwork Orange, Kubrick embarked on Barry Lyndon, a period drama released in 1975. This beautifully shot film, based on William Makepeace Thackeray's novel, The Luck of Barry Lyndon, tells the story of an Irishman who rises through the social ranks of 18th-century England through cunning and opportunism. The film is notable for its meticulous attention to historical detail, innovative use of natural lighting, and a narrative that explores themes of class, identity, and the corrupting influence of power. The late 1970s and early 1980s saw Kubrick tackle horror with The Shining, an adaptation of Stephen King's novel. Released in 1980, this film tells the story of a writer who becomes unhinged while caring for a haunted hotel. With its blend of psychological tension, atmospheric dread, and supernatural elements, The Shining has become a classic of the horror genre, praised for its visuals, performances, and Kubrick's masterful direction. Kubrick's subsequent film, Full Metal Jacket, released in 1987, marked his return to themes of war and military culture. Based on Gustav Hasford's novel The Short-Timers, the film follows a group of Marine recruits through boot camp and their eventual deployment in Vietnam. The movie is divided into two distinct parts, reflecting the dual nature of its subjects, the dehumanizing effects of military training and the brutal realities of combat. Full Metal Jacket features a standout performance from R. Lee Ermey as Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, whose relentless drill instructor has become an iconic figure in cinema. The final years of Kubrick's career were marked by the release of Eyes Wide Shut in 1999, a psychological drama and his last completed film before his death. Based on Arthur Schnitzler's novella, Traumnovelle, the movie explores themes of marriage, desire, and deception through the story of a doctor who becomes embroiled in the mysterious world of sexual intrigue after his wife reveals her fantasies of infidelity. The film features Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman as the central couple and is notable for its exploration of relationships, trust, and the complexities of human sexuality. Throughout this period, Kubrick's meticulous approach to filmmaking remained unchanged. He was known for his perfectionism, often requiring hundreds of takes for a single scene, and his innovative use of technology to achieve unique visual effects. His films were not just entertainment, but experiences that challenged viewers' perceptions and understandings of the world. As we reflect on Stanley Kubrick's later works, it becomes evident that his legacy extends far beyond the films themselves. He influenced generations of filmmakers, from Martin Scorsese to Christopher Nolan, with his innovative storytelling, visual style, and commitment to exploring complex themes. His impact on popular culture is immense, with references to his films appearing in everything from music videos to advertisements. In conclusion, Stanley Kubrick's career was a testament to the power of innovation, creativity, and an unwavering dedication to one's artistic vision. Through films like A Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, The Shining, Full Metal Jacket, and Eyes Wide Shut, he left an indelible mark on cinema, challenging audiences and inspiring filmmakers. As we continue to explore the vast landscape of film, Kubrick's works remain a beacon of excellence, reminding us of the medium's potential to captivate, provoke, and inspire. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the remarkable career of Stanley Kubrick. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.